Chosen ones, you stand at the threshold of a prophecy etched in time, spoken through the whispers of the ancients and inscribed upon the tablets of Thoth. These relics, hidden from the eyes of the unworthy, bear the secrets of ages long forgotten and the promise of a new dawn that begins with you. The emerald tablets, shimmering with the light of celestial wisdom, hold within their lines the blueprint of destiny, yours. Since the first spark of consciousness, the echoes of Thoth's words have rippled through time, touching the hearts of those destined to awaken. You are among the few whose spirit resonates with the truth, whose eyes can perceive the veiled mysteries, and whose soul yearns for the revelation of what has been concealed. The guardians of the tablets, protectors of this sacred knowledge, have watched silently, waiting for the signs foretold, the signs that now unfold before you. From the great temples of Atlantis to the sands of Egypt, the tablets have traveled, protected by those who understood their power. Kings and scholars, sages and seers, all sought the wisdom contained within their emerald light. But Thoth, the keeper of time and master of hidden realms, sealed their truth behind layers of illusion, meant only for those who would transcend the mundane and step into the eternal. Now, the final age approaches. The convergence of timelines, the awakening of the dormant, and the rise of the chosen, all foretold within those ancient lines. But be warned, chosen ones, the path is not without peril. Darkness has also risen, its eyes set upon the tablets, seeking to corrupt the knowledge and bend destiny to its will. Your awakening is their greatest fear, for with it comes the unraveling of their control. This is your moment, your calling. The whispers of Thoth are growing louder, the light of the tablets brighter. Deep beneath the sands of ancient Egypt, hidden from the eyes of conquerors and kings, lies a chamber untouched by time. This sanctuary, guarded by unseen forces, cradles the emerald tablets of Thoth, the keeper of secrets and the master of hidden realms. Within those glowing emerald surfaces, inscriptions shimmer with ethereal light, their language older than the pyramids, older even than the stars themselves. The prophecy etched upon the tablets speaks of the final age, a time when the barriers between realms would thin, and those with the mark of the chosen would rise. Thoth, the architect of time, inscribed the prophecy with precision. Knowing its discovery would signal the beginning of the end, the guardians, bound by sacred oath, protected its location with their very lives, ensuring that only those worthy would unlock its mysteries. Legends say the tablets are more than just records. They are portals, gateways to dimensions unseen. Those who gaze upon them with an awakened spirit may glimpse fragments of their own destiny, threads of fate woven into the cosmic fabric. It is said that Thoth himself appears to those deemed worthy, guiding them through visions that defy mortal understanding. But the prophecy is not without its warnings. Among the lines of destiny, there lies a shadow, an entity bound to disrupt the awakening. It moves silently through time, manipulating events, steering the unaware away from the truth. Those who seek the tablets with malice in their hearts are met with despair, for their minds cannot grasp the light concealed within its surface. Only the chosen, guided by fate and protected by the hand of destiny, can unlock its secrets. The tablets whisper of the final age's harbinger, a soul marked by the divine, one whose very presence would signal the beginning of the end. Thoth's prophecy foretells that when the Chosen One awakens, the path to the eternal realms will be unveiled. Forces, both light and shadow, will rise to either protect or consume the knowledge hidden within. As the sands of time continue to fall, the prophecy inches closer to reality. The Guardians sense the shift, their ancient bloodlines stirring with anticipation. Somewhere in the world, the Chosen One is awakening. The tablets have spoken, and time, unyielding and eternal, moves forward. The world began to change in whispers, subtle shifts that only the awakened could sense. Storms gathered strength without warning. Eclipses lasted moments longer than they should, and the stars themselves seemed to burn brighter, as if aligning for something greater. Those who understood the ancient prophecies watched with knowing eyes, their hearts heavy with anticipation. Across the globe, those marked by destiny began to stir. They spoke of vivid dreams, visions of emerald light and towering obelisks inscribed with symbols that pulsed with life. In their sleep, they wandered corridors of light, guided by a presence unseen but deeply felt. Some awoke with words they had never spoken before, languages of the ancients slipping from their tongues like memories long forgotten. Yeshua once spoke of a time when the heavens would shake and the earth would groan, signaling the arrival of a new age. His words, preserved through time, hinted at a convergence, an alignment not just of stars, but of destinies. Now, those whispers grew louder. The guardians of the tablets, hidden in their sanctuaries, felt the tremors of change ripple through the ether. It was beginning, yet the signs were not confined to dreams. In the physical realm, anomalies surfaced. Magnetic fields fluctuated wildly, disrupting compasses and casting auroras across unlikely skies. Sacred sites, long dormant, began to hum with energy, their stones vibrating with a resonance that matched the heartbeat of the earth. Pilgrims who wandered to these places spoke of feeling lighter, unburdened, as if the weight of time had been lifted, if only for a moment. Governments, ever watchful, catalogued these disturbances in secret. They named them anomalies, phenomena without explanation. But the Guardians knew better. These were the birth pangs of the Great Convergence, the unification of realms, the thinning of the veil that separated the seen from the unseen. Those with the mark of the Chosen would soon be called, drawn toward the tablets that had waited millennia for their return. For millennia, the Guardians have walked unseen among the masses, their true purpose concealed beneath layers of normalcy. Bound by bloodlines as ancient as the tablets themselves, they move silently, watching and waiting for the signs foretold. These keepers of the Emerald Tablets are not mere protectors. They are living archives, vessels of knowledge passed down through countless generations. Their origins trace back to the final days of Atlantis, where Thoth entrusted them with fragments of his wisdom. Scattered across the world after the Great Deluge, the Guardians established enclaves in hidden places, beneath the sands of Egypt, within the sacred groves of Greece, and among the mist-covered mountains of Tibet. Over time, they wove themselves into the fabric of society, influencing art, architecture, and even the foundations of spiritual teachings, all while guarding the secrets of the tablets. Among their many tasks is the preservation of sacred texts, scrolls written in languages forgotten by time. These documents hold prophecies, rituals, and the blueprints of ancient technologies that defy modern understanding. The Guardians protect these relics fiercely, knowing that their discovery by unworthy hands could disrupt the delicate balance between realms. Only those marked by destiny are granted access, those whose spirits resonate with the emerald light of Thoth's wisdom. Yeshua himself spoke in parables that only the wise could decipher. "Do not cast your pearls before swine," he said, a warning to guard sacred knowledge from those who would trample it underfoot. Among the Guardians, it is believed that he too was a keeper of divine wisdom, one who walked the path of enlightenment and spoke in veiled truths to protect the unready from the overwhelming light of revelation. But now, the time for secrecy wanes. With the signs of the Great Convergence manifesting across the globe, the Guardians have begun to stir. Ancient sanctuaries, long sealed to outsiders, are being prepared for the awakening. The Guardians know that the Chosen will soon emerge, drawn by the whispers of destiny and the call of the tablets. Preparations are underway. Scrolls are being unsealed. Rituals long forgotten are being practiced in shadowed temples, and the Guardians, hidden among society's elite, scholars, and wanderers, watch with eyes unblinking. For when the Chosen One steps forward, the hidden knowledge of Thoth will once again see the light of day. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth are not merely ancient relics. They are living conduits of cosmic wisdom, resonating with frequencies that transcend time and space. To those who possess the mark of the Chosen, the tablets are more than inscriptions. They are voices that whisper secrets from ages past. Their emerald light pulsates with energy, casting shadows that seem to move with intention, revealing glimpses of what was and what is yet to come. Legends speak of those who have communed with the tablets, claiming that the symbols carved upon their surface are more than mere language. They are gateways. The Emerald Tablets, it is said, hold the power to unlock dormant memories, activating parts of the mind long considered myth. Some have reported visions of towering obelisks bathed in celestial light, others of vast libraries filled with texts inscribed in languages not of this world. For those marked by destiny, touching the tablets is a communion with eternity itself. But the tablets do not reveal their secrets easily. Many have sought their knowledge, only to be driven to madness or despair. Those unworthy are confronted with their deepest fears, reflections of their soul laid bare upon the emerald surface. Only the pure of heart and the strong of will can endure the trial. It is whispered among the Guardians that the tablets possess a consciousness of their own, selecting who may receive their wisdom and who must be turned away. Yeshua spoke in parables that mirrored the wisdom found within the tablets. The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, he once said, hinting that true enlightenment is buried beneath layers of illusion. His words, like the inscriptions on the tablets, carried meanings deeper than they appeared, veiled truths for those with eyes to see. Throughout history, the mark of the Chosen has been whispered about in secret circles and written in cryptic symbols across ancient texts. It is not a visible mark, but an energy that resonates at a frequency only the awakened can perceive. Those who carry it are drawn inexplicably to sacred sites, ancient scriptures, and forbidden knowledge, feeling a pull toward mysteries that others overlook. The guardians of the Emerald Tablets have long known how to identify the Chosen. It is in the way they perceive time, not as a straight path, but as a living, breathing entity that folds upon itself. The Chosen dream differently. They walk between worlds in their sleep, visiting temples that no longer exist and speaking with figures shrouded in light. Some have described visions of towering obelisks, emerald light spiraling upward, and whispers of secrets long buried. Yeshua, too, spoke of those marked by destiny. His teachings often hinted at the existence of those set apart, vessels of divine purpose. "You are the light of the world," he declared, his words a call to those whose spirits burned with an unquenchable fire. Among the guardians, it is believed that his words were not just metaphorical, but literal, an acknowledgement of the chosen ones whose presence would usher in a new age. The mark, however, is not without its trials. Those who carry it often find themselves at odds with the world around them. They are seekers, driven to question the nature of reality, to uncover what lies beyond the veil. This relentless pursuit often brings conflict. Society shuns what it does not understand. Many chosen ones endure lives of isolation, their visions dismissed as fantasy, their wisdom ignored. But the guardians know better. They recognize the signs and watch carefully, waiting for the right moment to reveal the path forward. As the great convergence draws nearer, the mark of the chosen begins to burn brighter. Those who once doubted their purpose now feel a surge of awakening, a calling that cannot be ignored. The guardians prepare their sanctuaries, dusting off scrolls that have not been read for centuries, whispering chants in languages forgotten by time. The Emerald Tablets pulse with anticipation, as if sensing the gathering of those destined to fulfill their prophecy. Throughout the centuries, the teachings of Yeshua have echoed across lands and empires, whispered in catacombs, and preserved in scriptures hidden from common sight. His words carried a weight that transcended time, offering glimpses into the divine nature of existence and the shadows that threatened it. Among his most cryptic warnings was the notion of a final age, a time when the veils separating worlds would thin and the chosen would awaken. Yeshua spoke in parables, his wisdom cloaked in simplicity, yet profound in its depth. "He who has ears, let him hear," he would say, a call not to the masses, but to those attuned to hidden truths. The guardians of the tablets understood his words to be keys, fragments of the same wisdom both inscribed upon the emerald tablets. Yeshua, it is believed, walked the path of the initiated, unlocking secrets of creation and time itself. His disciples, unaware of the full depth of his knowledge, carried fragments of his teachings forward, yet much was concealed, reserved only for those who would one day understand. In the secret gatherings of the guardians, Yeshua's name is spoken with reverence. They recall his prophecy of the coming age, a time when the chosen would rise, bearing the mark and unlocking the tablet's power. His words, preserved in hidden scrolls and whispered among the faithful, hinted at the convergence of realms. "You will do greater things than I," he promised, his eyes shining with the light of foreknowledge. The guardians knew that he was speaking of the chosen, those marked by destiny to wield the power of the tablets. Yeshua's warnings also spoke of darkness, forces that would seek to corrupt the light, to bend truth to their will. He spoke of false prophets and deceivers who would rise in the final days, casting illusions to lead the chosen astray. His message was clear. Those marked by destiny must guard their hearts and minds, for the path to enlightenment is fraught with shadows. Now, as the great convergence approaches, the Guardians recall his words with renewed urgency. The signs are here, the shifting of energies, the awakening of sacred sites, the stirring of the chosen. Yeshua's warnings were not just for his time, but for this age, the age where the tablets would finally be unveiled. The Guardians prepare, for the time of revelation is near, and the chosen ones must be ready. As the signs of the great convergence grew stronger, whispers spread among the Guardians, whispers of a gathering long foretold. The Thoth Keepers, a secret order sworn to protect the Emerald Tablets, began their silent pilgrimage to sacred sites scattered across the world. From the deserts of Egypt to the hidden valleys of the Himalayas, they traveled under the veil of night, guided by ancient maps and celestial alignments that only they could decipher. The Thoth Keepers are more than mere protectors. They are living vessels of ancient wisdom. Passed down through generations, their knowledge of the tablets transcends mere study. It is an inheritance written in their very blood. Rituals performed in secrecy bind them to the tablets, granting them visions and whispers of Thoth's guidance. These visions grew more vivid as the convergence approached, the tablets pulsating with energy that rippled through time and space. Their gathering place was known only to the initiated, a sanctuary hidden deep within the cliffs of Petra, its entrance concealed by illusions crafted long ago. There, under the glow of moonlight, the Thoth Keepers assembled, draped in robes marked with the symbols of the tablets. Their faces, shrouded in shadow, bore the weight of countless lifetimes dedicated to the preservation of Thoth's secrets. The air hummed with anticipation, the energy of the emerald tablets vibrating through the stone walls. Scrolls were unrolled, dusted off after centuries of dormancy. Maps of ley lines, astral charts, and encrypted texts filled the stone tables, each marking the path toward the awakening. The leader of the Keepers, known only as the Scribe, stood before the gathering, his voice carrying the weight of prophecy. "The chosen are stirring," he announced, his eyes reflecting the emerald glow of the candles that lined the room. "The tablets have spoken. The final age is upon us." The Keepers listened in silence, each understanding the gravity of his words. Their purpose, forged in secrecy and bound by oath, was to guide the chosen to the tablets when the time was right. For centuries, they had waited, watching the world turn, civilizations rise and fall, knowing that this moment would come. Now, the signs were clear, and the Keepers were ready. Across the world, the chosen began to stir. It started as a whisper, a subtle shift in awareness, a sense of purpose that seemed to rise unbidden from within. Those marked by destiny found themselves drawn to places of power, ancient stone circles, hidden groves, and towering temples where the air itself seemed to hum with energy. The Guardians observed in silence, knowing that the time of awakening had begun. The awakening was not without its trials. Many of the chosen experienced vivid dreams, memories of lives long past, and encounters with figures draped in light. These visions often came with sensations, an electric pulse running through their veins, a shimmering light just beyond the edge of sight. Some spoke of hearing whispers, ancient voices calling their names in languages they did not know but instinctively understood. The Guardians called this the stirring, a phase where dormant power began to rise, stretching across the boundaries of time and space. Among the chosen, abilities long forgotten began to surface. Intuition sharpened to a razor's edge, dreams became prophetic, and hands glowed faintly with emerald light when in the presence of sacred symbols. The Guardians had seen it before, written in the scrolls of Thoth. The awakening of latent power was a sign that the great convergence was nearing completion. What had been dormant for centuries was now alive, coursing through the chosen like rivers of light. Yeshua's words echoed through time. "Greater things than these shall you do." His message, veiled in parable, had been a promise to the chosen, an assurance that their awakening would come with power not seen since the dawn of ages. The Guardians, keepers of his secret teachings, recognized the signs and moved swiftly to gather the chosen, preparing them for what lay ahead. But the awakening did not go unnoticed. Dark forces, long dormant but never truly gone, began to stir as well. Those who sought to corrupt the Emerald Tablet's wisdom watched with growing unease, their spies reporting strange gatherings and whispers of prophecy. They moved in shadows, seeking to silence the awakening before it could reach its full potential. Yet, the chosen continued to rise, drawn by unseen hands to places of power, their spirits alight with the call of destiny. The Guardians prepared to reveal what had been hidden, for the time was coming when secrets would be laid bare and the true nature of the final age would be unveiled. The world trembled as the great convergence reached its apex. Sacred sites across the globe pulsed with energy, their stones glowing with ancient power long forgotten. Ley lines, invisible threads of cosmic energy, surged with light, connecting temples, pyramids, and stone circles in a grid of emerald fire. The Guardians knew the time had come. The final age was upon them. In the hidden sanctuaries of the Thoth Keepers, rituals long kept secret were performed. Incantations in forgotten tongues echoed off stone walls, and symbols carved in emerald light danced in the air, flickering with life. The emerald tablets, resting upon altars untouched by time, began to hum with a resonance that transcended sound, vibrating through the very essence of those gathered. For the chosen, it was a call that reached deep into their souls, pulling them towards their destiny. Across the world, the chosen ones experienced visions more vivid than ever before. In their dreams, they walked through towering halls of light, stood before ancient thrones, and gazed upon realms not of this earth. They saw the great convergence unfolding, a merging of dimensions, the lifting of veils that had hidden truth from the eyes of humanity for millennia. It was more than prophecy. It was reality manifesting before them. Yeshua had spoken of such times, warning of tribulations, and the unveiling of truths long concealed. "That which is hidden will be revealed," he proclaimed, his words resonating with those who understood their true meaning. The Guardians believed that Yeshua himself had walked the path of enlightenment, unlocking secrets of the tablets during his time on earth. His warnings were not of destruction, but of awakening, an age where the chosen would rise and bring forth the light of the tablets. As the convergence intensified, barriers between realms began to weaken. Shadows moved where none should exist, whispers drifted through the wind, and beings of light flickered at the edges of perception. The Guardians knew that the world was about to witness revelations that would shatter the illusion of separation, bridging the gap between mortal and divine. The final age had begun, its light spreading across the world, touching those destined to rise. The chosen ones, awakened and aware, stood on the brink of revelation. The tablets of Thoth were calling, and the path to the eternal realms lay open before them. The time had come. The great convergence had reached its zenith, and the path to the eternal realms stood revealed. The guardians of the tablets gathered in sanctuaries untouched by the decay of time, their robes shimmering with symbols of the ancients. Candles flickered in rhythmic pulses, casting emerald light upon stone walls carved with inscriptions older than history itself. The emerald tablets lay at the center, their surface pulsing with an otherworldly glow that seemed to ripple with life. The chosen had been summoned, those marked by destiny, whose bloodlines traced back to the first keepers of Thoth's wisdom. They arrived from every corner of the world, drawn by dreams, visions, and a pull they could not deny. Faces once hidden among the masses now stood illuminated, eyes alight with purpose and understanding. They were no longer wanderers in search of truth. They were the embodiment of it, vessels prepared to step into the unknown. The guardians, now unmasked, stepped forward. The scribe, bearer of the ancient scrolls, raised his hands to the sky and began the incantation. Words woven from the first language, vibrating with power. The emerald tablets responded, their inscriptions igniting in waves of light that filled the room with cascading emerald fire. It danced across the walls, weaving patterns in the air, forming symbols that flickered and pulsed with rhythmic precision. Yeshua's words resonated in their minds. The kingdom of heaven is within you. His teachings, veiled in metaphor, spoke of realms not bound by the physical, accessible only to those who carried the light of understanding. The chosen felt it, a gateway opening, not in the world around them, but within. Their senses expanded, consciousness stretching beyond flesh and bone, touching something infinite. The scribe's voice rose, the final words of the incantation hanging in the air like a breath suspended in time. A brilliant flash of light erupted from the tablets, cascading across the room and enveloping the chosen in its wake. For a heartbeat, everything was silent, weightless. Then the light receded, and the room returned to stillness. But the chosen were no longer the same. Their eyes shimmered with understanding, their spirits woven with threads of eternity.
If you have come this far, it is crucial that you watch this next video here. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart, for only the true chosen ones can handle this video. If you would like to also donate to help keep the channel going, our Buy Me a Coffee link will be in the description.